Hello boys and girls, welcome to Jabulani's Playhouse. I'm Jabu and I'm Lani, and today we're going to continue on with our test tube lab, right? Our lab in a bag. That's right, these are test tube adventures. It's a lot of fun, and today we're going to start with number 3, our third test tube, and see what sort of experiments we can do in there, hey? That's right, Jabu, we're mad scientists, aren't we? We sure are. Let's have some fun. Okay, so on the first day, the boys and girls know, we did disappearing jelly ice, which was a lot of fun. And then yesterday we did pH fun, which was also a lot of fun with pH. Jabu, I know, that's crazy. Alright, so now we're going to use the second one over here. You can see, and what's this one? Ooh, this is Gravy Goo. Science experiment in a tube. Ooey gooey fun. That looks like fun, Jabu, let's check it out. Okay, we'll open it up. Ooh, there's some stuff in there, as you can see, boys and girls. Try and get it out here. Aha, this is empty. There's something in here. Ooh, look at that stuff. Looks like sand or something, hey, or sugar or salt. It does, Jabu, that's crazy. What does it say? This is gravity goo powder, which is linear polyacrylamide. Wow, fun. Okay, let's see what it says here, Lani. Gravy Goo, science experiment in the tube. Ooey gooey fun. And then the warning, of course, so we'll pay attention to that. What you'll need from the test tube. A blue scoop, Gravy Goo powder packet. Optional, several beads from the garbled marbles test tube in your kit. You get it stuff. Water, 2 large transparent disposable cups, paper towel, plastic spoon or popsicle stick for stirring, and food coloring optional. We don't have food coloring, I don't think, but we'll take a look. You'll be pouring liquids back and forth between 2 cups in this experiment, so work with your adult assistant to find a place to set up your laboratory where it's okay to spill a little. You'll need to pour the liquid back and forth continually for nearly 10 minutes. So you may want to get your adult assistant to stand by to trade off with you in case you get tired. If your assistant complains, tell them to hang in there. It will be worth it. That's interesting, Jabu. Okay, so let's try it. This is what we do. Fill 1 cup with 16 ounces of room temperature water. Use the blue scoop to measure out 1 level scoop of Gravy Goo and pour it into a second cup. Be careful not to inhale the powder. The polymer powder is not toxic, but inhaling any powder could be uncomfortable and will make you cough. And after all, you want to goo in the cups and not in your nose. Have you ever seen a movie with a mad scientist who pours something back and forth between 2 beakers? Believe it or not, that's just what this experiment needs now. Pour the liquid from the first cup to the second cup. Use the plastic spoon to stir it gently and then pour everything back into the first cup. Keep pouring the liquid back and forth from cup to cup. For the first 2 minutes, you'll need to pour fairly quickly to keep the goo from clumping. If you do get clumps, or if the powder sticks to the bottom of the cup, gently stir the liquid again. If the clumps won't break up, let the mixture sit for 24 hours to allow the lumps to dissipate. After 2 to 3 minutes of pouring, the liquid should start to form. After 2 to 3 minutes of pouring, the liquid should start to form strings of goo as you pour it back and forth. Once you see the strings, you can start pouring more slowly, but you'll need to keep pouring for about 5 more minutes. Feel free to practice your maniacal mad scientist laugh. Ha 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 ha! Mwahaha! Jabu, that's silly. I know, we're just having fun. You're probably pretty tired now, right? For the next step, you need to take a break. Your Gravy Goo does too. Pour it into 1 cup and let it sit for 30 to 40 minutes. Now your Gravy Goo is ready. Let's try an experiment in anti-gravity. Warning, your Gravy Goo washes easily off your hands, but it is harder to wash off clothes and carpet. So work with your adult assistant to find a good place to do this next experiment. Let's see what the next experiment is. Start pouring the liquid between the 2 cups again. Make sure you keep the cup you are pouring from higher than the cup you are pouring into. After you've poured the liquid back and forth a couple of times, you will notice something strange. Once you start to pour the liquid, you can't stop it. It crawls up and over the sides of the cup by itself. Why is that? A new alien life form? An anti-gravity slime system? A magic trick? Better, it's science. How does it work? Like garbled marbles and disappearing jelly ice, Gravity goo science is the science of polymers. Have you done those experiments yet? We did, Jabu, we did the disappearing jelly ice, but we haven't done garbled marbles, have we? No, not yet. Gravity goo is a unique kind of polymer made of two smaller pieces, monomers. One kind, polyacrylamide, acts like a sponge and soaks up water. The other kind, acrylate, links long strings of molecules together. While your garbled marbles and disappearing jelly ice are like big nets, you could imagine that your gravity goo is like a big bowl of spaghetti noodles. Imagine a bowl full of spaghetti noodles that are partly hooked together. When you pour your gravity goo from one cup to another, it's like you grabbed onto one of the noodles and started pulling out of the bowl. Since it is hooked to another spaghetti noodle, the second noodle comes out too, and it brings along a third noodle that also drags a friend along. You get the picture? As long as you have gravity on your side, as long as the cup you are pouring into is lower than the cup you are pouring from, the noodles will continue to pull each other out of the higher cup. Hehe, Jabu, that's clever. It is, isn't it? There's other things we can try too. Try making colorful gravity goo by adding a few drops of food coloring to the water before pouring it into the cup with the gravity goo powder. Do you have any garbled marbles left? Soak them in water for a couple of hours so that they have started growing but haven't yet reached their full size. Put them in the cup of water before adding it to the gravity goo powder, and follow the regular directions in pouring the liquid back and forth. As the strings form, the gravity goo will actually link to the garbled marbles. So when the experiment is complete, the gravity goo will drag the garbled marbles along with it as it sneaks up and over the edge of the cup. Amazing. That is amazing, Jabu. When you are done, your gravity goo can be thrown away. Just be sure to not pour it down the sink. The effects of anti-gravity noodle slime on your plumbing is not an experiment you should try. That's good to know, Jabu. Super siphon. Do you know what a siphon is? Using a thin tube like a hose, you can make regular liquids like water flow uphill as well. The hose has to be filled with liquid, and one end has to be lower than the other. But then as long as there aren't any bubbles, the water will climb out of the higher jar through the tube and into the lower jar. Amazing, but only gravity goo can do it without the tube. Here's a picture of how a siphon works. Gravity pulls the water down on the lower side and out of the tube. The water molecules like to stick together, so they follow each other through the tube. This makes an area of low pressure like a vacuum, which sucks water up out of the tube jar and up into the tube. That clever, Jabu? It sure is. Okay, let's get our things ready. Okay, Lani, we've got our 2 cups. So now let's take our little powder here. We'll take out our little blue scoop. And we've got 16 ounces of water in this one. And then we put the scoop of powder, gravity goo powder, in that one. Alright, so unfortunately we had to cut this off because it wouldn't pop open for some reason. We need to scoop the powder here. We've got a scoop. Alright, and pour that in there to the dry one. Put that off to the side. Put the rest of this off to the side. And now we have a Chinese chopstick we're using because we didn't have a plastic cup. So, a plastic spoon, so to stir. So here what we do. Alright, so we fill the cup with 16 ounces of water. We've done that. Blue scoop out one level, scoop, and pour in the second cup. We did that. And then pour the liquid from the first cup to the second cup. Use the plastic spoon to stir it gently, and then pour everything back into the first cup. And then keep pouring the liquid back and forth from one cup to the next. For the first 2 minutes, you'll need to pour fairly quickly. And alright, after 2 to 3 minutes of pouring, the liquid should start to form strings of goo as you pour it back and forth. Once you see the strings, you can start pouring more slowly, but you'll need to keep pouring for about 5 more minutes. Okay, let's get to it. Pour in here. Then we'll stir it gently. Doesn't say for how long. Stir for a little bit. Okay. Ooh, it's getting glue, getting gooey already. Now it says we have to pour quickly. So we'll pour quickly, right, Lani? That's pretty fast, Jabu. And it's stirred pretty good, so not doing too badly here. Wow, it's getting gooey. Look at that, hey? It's getting a little bit thicker. Can you see that, Lani? I can see it, Jabu. Wow. That's crazy. Looking slimy, hey? Wow, look how slimy it's getting. It would be cool to have food coloring here, Lani. It sure would, Jabu. Wow. Wow, look at that. Okay, so how long do we have to do this for once it gets clumpy like that, Lani? I forget, Jabu. I know, we'll have to look at the instructions again. Wow. But they're right, the arms do get a little bit tired, hey? They sure do, Jabu, you can tell, hey? Wow, this is crazy stuff. It is looking like clumpy, stringy beads, hey? You sure is, Jabu? Very gooey. Is it gravity goo? Yeah, it's gravity goo. Or anti-gravity goo, I guess. Okay. Okay, let's read the instructions again. Let's see if we can take a break here. Okay. Alright, so after 2-3 minutes of pouring, liquid should start to form strings of goo. Once you see the strings, you can start pouring more slowly, but you'll need to keep pouring for about 5 more minutes. You're probably pretty tired now, right? For the next step, you take a break. Your gravity goo does too. Pour it all into one cup and let it sit for 30 to 40 minutes. Well, I guess we'll have to continue pouring for a bit. We'll have to keep pouring, so we'll keep pouring for a little while. It'd be interesting to know why this is important, the mixing it between the 2 cups, hey Lani? I know, Jabu, it must work on the polymer somehow, right? Like it should be making it, I don't know, mixing it and creating the gooey stuff, right? Somehow it's helping the interaction work, right? Exactly, I think you're right, Lani. Maybe about just 1 more minute. Which one do you want to leave it on, Lani, when we finish this mixing? You want to leave it into the left cup or the right cup? Let's leave it on the left cup, which had a cup of the water, right? Okay, sounds good. I don't think it particularly makes a difference, but I like it. Okay, 1 more on this side, and now the last one here. Okay, try let it all come out. Okay, Lani, we'll leave it for about 30 minutes. We'll come back in 30 minutes time and we'll show the boys and girls what's happening. Hello, boys and girls. Okay, so it's been 30 to 40 minutes. We're doing gravity goo here. And you can see we've let it rest for 30 to 40 minutes. As you can see here, now your gravity goo is ready. Let's try an experiment. Okay, so let's see what that experiment was again. Start pouring the liquid between the 2 cups again. Make sure you keep the cup you are pouring from higher than the cup you are pouring into. After you've poured the liquid back and forth a couple of times, you will notice something strange. Once you start to pour the liquid, you can't stop it. It crawls up and over the side of the cup by itself. What is it? A new alien life form, an anti-gravity slime system, a magic trick? Better, it's science. Okay, and then we know that it sort of climbs in, and we learned how that worked, right? Okay, let's give it a whirl. Wow, look at that, Lani. That's crazy, Jabu. See, it's going by itself, hey? It sure is. See, look at that. All by itself, hey? And the cup isn't even tilted, right? See, now it is. It goes all by itself. Let's try that again, see? It's very clever, Jabu. I know. Wow. Putting itself into the cup, isn't it? It sure is, Jabu. Very clever. Yeah. That's cool. All right. That's a fun experiment, hey? Okay, there we go. That was fun, wasn't it, Jabu? It sure was, Lani. I had fun with that. Hope you did too, boys and girls. That was Gravy Goo, and we had a lot of fun. We're having a ball with this lab in a bag and all these science experiments, so thanks for joining us. That's right, and come on back next time. We're going to do some more. We're going to do the 4th test tube, right? We sure will tomorrow, so we'll see you then. And remember to always take care when you're doing science experiments, but it's a lot of fun, and we encourage you to enjoy science because it's important to help our society grow and develop with technology, right? That's right, Jabu. Thanks for joining us, boys and girls, and all the would-be scientists out there. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye for now.